Hello everybody, and today we are here with another board game review. Today we will be reviewing Concordia. I can't even say it.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we will tell you why you should play Concordia. Concordia is an economic game set in Rome, and you will be setting up your supply stations, making production of different kind of five types of different commodities, and then using those commodities to build up your economy and taking over as much as of the Rome as possible. Now, this game comes with a board with different cities on it, set in the classic Rome era, and the tiles on each of these cities are randomly set up in the initial phase of the game. So that adds some randomization to the game, that different locations or different cities will be producing different commodities in each game you play. So you don't have a same set pattern on or strategy that you use every time. So this adds that randomization. How the game is played is using this deck of cards. Now every player, so Ishal is controlling the red player right now. So every player actually have their own deck of cards, even though the backs may seem different, but inside they have exactly the same set of cards. So this game is partially very little bit deck building, because whatever action you're going to do is going to come out of this deck. So there are options to upgrade your deck as well, and whatever deck you upgrade, those options will become available to you. These actions can be different things. For example, a senator will let you purchase new cards and add them to your deck immediately. A mercator will let you sell your goods for money, and then buy goods which you are not producing for money as well, so that you might build somewhere else. Then architect will let you move and then build a supply station. So initially you will be using architect a lot. Then we have the diplomat. And what the diplomat is going to let you use is a very good function. Whichever card your opponent played last time, you can play a diplomat and use the same action for your turn as well. So people really want to preserve this and use it at just the right strategic time, that when they want to avail the diplomat. Then the prefect, there are two cards of this in every deck at the start. So prefect is going to just send a prefect to a specific district and that or province, and that whole province is going to do production. So as many supply stations you have built on in a province, all of them are going to produce. Even if those are your opponent's supply stations, those are going to produce that specific good as well. So let me show you a turn how this works out. So for example, on my turn, I play the architect card. Now what the architect is going to say is, move your colonist, then build in cities adjacent to your colonist. So as many colonists or ships that I have, those I can move. I'm controlling the yellow player. So at the start of the game, you only start with 2, but you can of course upgrade those as well. So the map has some brown paths, brown roads. These can be moved by the man people who can move to a city. So he moves one space, and I have a ship which can move on the blue lines. So these are the sea routes, and they can move. So that's what I did. The architect lets me move and then build in the city. So I'm going to build a supply station. So for that, actually the game comes with a play rate that lets you tell that to build a supply station in a particular city producing a particular resource, what cost I have to pay. So if I have, the cloth is the highest level commodity in the game. So if I have to build in a city with cloth, I have to pay 1 brick, 1 cloth, and then 5 coins back to the bank to actually build it. So once I pay the cloth, the 5 coins, and a brick back to the bank, then I will be able to place one of my supply stations on this. So next time I have built this supply station in Italia. Next time when a prefect is played, Italia is going to produce cloth for me. So let's say my opponent Ishal was able to build a supply station within Italia as well, and somebody, doesn't matter me or Ishal, plays a prefect card and they select Italia. For each of these provinces, there is a province map on the top as well, which is going to actually give you one bonus item as well. So for Italia, whoever plays the present card, every player will get those goodies. Plus, Italia is famous for producing clothes. So this cloth will be produced as well. We will flip this card. So this can be considered as seasons in the game. That right now it was production season. So whoever played that card not only got the resources on which his supply station was there, but also gets the additional bonus item, which was the cloth for this province. So the backside of these things is having a coin icon. When there are enough coin icons, you can use the prefect to, rather than doing the production, you can send the prefect to collect the coins or taxes from all the people. So that's how you actually gain money as well. The other way of gaining money, so that's how you gain production, but for gaining money, you can send the prefect to all the provinces to collect taxes, or you can use the Mercator card to sell the goods that you have collected for the amount of money that's given. Again, the cloth is going to give you 7 money, the wine is going to give you 6, the iron 5, the wheat 4, and the brick 3. So the brick is the least costly resource in the game. That's the main thing that you will be doing. You will be making your supply stations over the board, over the roam, and then accordingly you will be using these goods to build resources, selling the goods to make more money, and using the money to make more supply stations. So it's a loop you continue. But what these cards add is better functions of the same thing that you have in your hand. So using a senator card, you are able to buy 2 of these cards, 1 or 2, it's up to you. So the first card is always free of cost. This is going to give you a better function of the function that you already have. So for example, the prefect in this or Mercator in this is going to give you additional abilities. So if I compare the Mercator of your default deck to the Mercator of this deck, then the Mercator card, the normal card is going to let you sell only 2 or 3 goods, whereas the Mercator that you will get to pick up, so this Mercator lets you get 3 money and trade 2 type of goods, whereas the upgraded Mercator lets you take 5 money and still trade 2 goods. But as these cards continue to move away from here, new batch of cards will come in, and slowly they will keep on increasing in their functionality, and they will be better and better. Now, if someone wants to, as soon as a card is picked up from here, all of these cards move, and from the deck, a new card will come in. But if you want to pick up a card higher down the road, then you have to pay additional things as well. The first card is always free. For the next 2 cards, you may pay one kind of resource. For the next, you might have to pay 1 silk. For the next ones, it might be 1 silk and 1 of any other good. And for the last card, it might be 2 silk. So you might have to strategize that what do you want to focus on, because these cards are not only going to actually give you better functions during the game, but these cards are the main thing that's going to decide that how you're going to score in the end as well. So if something is important here and you think someone else might grab it before it slides down, you might have to pay higher cost to pick it up for yourself. Now that brings us to the scoring system in the game. There is no direct scoring, even though there is a scoring track around the game, but there is no in-game scoring. So you will be only using this at the end of the game anyway. All of these cards By doing this trading, by doing all of this, you're also focusing on some of pleasing the Roman gods. So these Roman gods are indicated on the bottom of your cards. So if you have more senators, then the Vesta god is going to be pleased. So it's going to give you a certain victory points. Then there is Mars. So he gives you certain points as well. So whoever has more Mars card based on the number of colonists, more population that you have, you're going to actually get more points. Some of the cards are going to give you that how many provinces you control. So how you control provinces is if you have a majority in, or if you have at least one supply station in a province, then you have a presence in that province. So the more provinces you control, you're going to get points for that. So there are different mechanisms of scoring. And these cards are going to tell, these are the cards which are going to differentiate you from your opponent, that how you're going to get scored, and that's how where your focus should be. The game is easy to play because all you can do, you don't have to remember what functions are available to me. Whatever functions are available will be mentioned in always in your hand, that these are the cards available to me, these are the actions available to me. All the time, all of your deck is going to be with you, not just a handful of cards like other deck building games, all of the deck. But as soon as you exhaust a card, it will go in your discard pile, and after a while you might have to use one of your cards, which is the Tribune. And what the Tribune lets you do is pick up all your discarded cards and bring them back in your hand. Now, one of the good things about this game is that there is zero luck in this game. You don't have a dice which produces resources. No. You don't have a random draw of cards. No. All the players start with exactly the same type of cards in their hands. Like in Clan, it is a deck building game as well, but you take 5 cards from your hand. So you might draw a bad hand of cards and you might not be able to do anything good on that turn. But in this one, you always have all your cards in your hand. So it's up to you what is the most strategic and profitable move right now and what is profitable later on. Do you build a supply station first, or do you get the main bonus first before someone else claims the province bonus? So it's up to you. You control that. There is no luck in it. The only randomization happens at the start of the game. So every player has perfect information about the game. There's perfect information about what cards are available. It's up to you how you then build up your game, build up your strategy, where you want to invest more, and then earn the points accordingly. So that's the good thing about the game. What I don't like about the game is its lack of artwork. It does have a very beautiful board of the zoomed in view of Rome, but other than that, there is not much artwork available in the game. All the cards are very bland. It's just text. It's easy to play because you can exactly read what this card is going to do. But after a while, you already know what you're going to do. So I would have preferred that instead of a tribune, they had put an artwork of a Roman tribune, a Roman prefect, a Roman architect. So that would have given the game a better look if these cards had some kind of artwork of these characters. The resources are very simple. There is no iconography that you need to memorize, so it's easy to play because it's just the only icons available in this game are the resource icons, and they are very simple, and there are wooden bits to actually show the actual resources. So that's about all that you're going to do. Again, I have not gone into each and every small bit of rule that exists in this game, but that's generally how you're going to play.
It's not a legacy.
Yeah, so you're going to be going around building your supply stations, trying to control more provinces, trying to control, carry out the objectives on the card, and then at the very end, you're going to do scoring. Okay. Now, overall, even though this is a very highly ranked game on BGG, one of very favorite games of people who love these games. But I do think, my personal opinion, that it is overhyped. It is a fun game, but its hype is actually more than the value of fun that it does provide. Again, there are
What
few.
do you mean by hype?
Yeah, people think that it is one of the greatest economic and trading games there.
Like,
I know people might disagree with it, and there are people who actually give it 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. It's one of their favorite games, but again, it's not as good as many other economic and trading games that I have even played. So that's Concordia for you. If this kind of trading in the old Mediterranean and Roman era is interesting to you, the only good concept, the really good concept which I liked most about this game was that every player is perfectly symmetrical, zero luck, and it's all pure strategy with which you're going to win this game. So if you like that kind of clear information, then this game is going to be perfect for you. Okay? So that's for me, 6.5 or to 7 out of 10. That's it. Happy gaming.
happy gaming, what did you just push?